Welcome to 82 Toothpicks, a podcast from the Heisinger Law Firm. I'm Thad, and I'm joined by Ethan and Jocelyn as we break down our favorite movies and uncover the estate planning gems hidden within them. From comedies and dramas to family sagas, we're talking about the films we love and the legacy lessons they teach. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's talk about the movie. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Thad. It's weird not having Ethan here once again, but here we are, talking about a movie without our fearless leader. Jocelyn, Amber, how are you today?
I've been better.
Been better. Amber, how about you?
I'm thriving.
Just thriving.
I'm good.
So
I'm thriving.
we
Sorry, I don't want to rub that in.
Yeah, it's fine.
Thriving.
Shut up.
I'm actually just kind of average.
There's nothing wrong with being average. I've been told that my whole life.
Oh, thanks.
That's just something ugly people say.
So we took this opportunity. We knew Ethan wasn't going to be here for this one, and we debated for a long time what movie to do.
You sure did.
So we debated which movie we were going to talk about. But ultimately, it came down to there are twice as many women on this episode than men, so we should watch a chick flick.
Well, that wasn't exactly the reason.
What was the reasoning?
It sounded
Because
fun.
the people lie.
It makes sense for the podcast.
Okay.
It fits the...
And
The-
Ethan wasn't
yeah.
like, no, don't watch that without me. So we're like, hey, here we go.
I think Ethan is happy we didn't have to watch it. Similar to me not like happy I didn't have to watch
the Star Wars one?
Emperor's New Groove or whatever.
It was The Empire Strikes Back. All right.
The Empire is still dumb.
Okay. Who wants to give the synopsis?
Do you want to?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I say the name of the movie?
Of
Are you
course.
ready?
Go ahead.
Oh, wait. I think you already
Are you
said
ready?
it.
The Notebook. We watched The Notebook.
The
Done.
Notebook. Oh,
Go.
my gosh.
It's a Notebook. Go.
Okay. The Notebook is about it's so sad. It's so beautiful
It's
and it's
just
so sad. It's so sweet. It's Noah and Allie, and Allie comes from a very wealthy family and Noah does not, and they meet over the summer when they're like 17 or something. At least Allie is. I don't know how old Noah is. And they fall in love, and the whole story is like their love story, but then it'll flash back and forth between like the past when they're young and then the future when they're old, and Allie has dementia and they're in the nursing home, and Noah is trying to read to her to help her remember and get her back, get her memory back. So it flashes back and forth between like him reading to her in the nursing home and then seeing their life play out, and there's a whole thing where they break up and then they don't see each other for like 7 years, and Allie...
Okay, let me just say something about that. So
Yeah.
she was 17 and it was 7 years later. She was 24 at the time,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes. Okay.
But did she go to college when she was 17?
Probably.
Okay, because when her mom takes her to the gravel
The
pit, or
quarry. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
she's like 25 years ago, and I was like, whoa, she moved quick. Because if she's 24, 25 years ago, like, no.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I don't know what you're trying to get
so-
after. Like
okay.
the math of...
Yes.
So she broke up with the rock quarry guy. We're talking about the mom. Before she met Allie's dad.
And then
Allie
had
is now
Allie
24.
7 minutes, and had Allie 7 minutes later.
Or a year later.
But barely a year later. Because I was like, if she was 17,
Yeah.
she wouldn't have been graduating high school to go to college.
And she could have been. In
Yeah.
1940?
Yeah. But
Yeah, that was really...
It sounds like she did all of her schooling like at home with like professional tutors. So I'm guessing they just
Wait,
went
she
as fast
did?
as she was
Yeah.
able to.
Yeah, because she had her French tutor, her Latin tutor, her math tutor, her art tutor. Like, she did like this weird homeschool
Oh.
thinging.
So
And
I'm
then...
guessing if she was smart enough, they just let her go.
Yeah, in 1940, the school system wasn't the same as it was now. Like, once you got into college, you went to college. You could have gone to college at like 14.
Oh,
Ooh.
never mind.
Yeah.
I
Th-
thought
think of
Mom
it
was a
differently.
tramp. That's all.
Yeah, it's really weird for her to have a baby a year after she marries her husband, right?
Okay.
What?
Shut up, Thad. Shut up, Thad.
I'm just saying, if she's 24,
Yeah, I get what you're
25
saying.
years ago.
Just shut up, Thad.
All right, so
Sometimes things don't go as planned.
so
And it's okay.
okay, keep going with the
So the mom's
synopsis.
not a tramp. Take it back. Reverse.
Put her in reverse. Turn.
Reverse
Back
Terry.
it up, turn.
Okay.
Anyway, shall I keep going?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
So Allie gets engaged to this very wealthy Southern man whom her parents love. And then she sees that Noah restored an old house that she told him like to restore just so. And he did that. And she's like, I have to go see him. So then she leaves and she cheats on her fiance. And then she has this whole struggle of like, do I stay with Noah or do I go back to my fiance? And then at the ending, you find out who she decides to marry.
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss something?
No.
Okay.
Do you remember watching this for the first time and you were like, okay, like it obviously makes sense that she went back to Noah or we wouldn't be watching this. But at the same time, you're like, but who is that guy?
The first time I watched it, yeah, when they go to like the nursing home clips, and I'm
Yeah.
like, who's reading to her? And
Right.
I actually, the first time I watched it, I didn't realize that was Allie until she started playing the piano. And I was like,
Really?
yeah, because I thought it was just like an old couple. And like they were just like retelling the story of like
Right.
a young couple they knew. I don't know. I was like,
And then it kind of tells
Young.
him, because his name is Duke.
yeah, he goes
They
by
call him
Duke.
Duke. But
Because
then,
he doesn't want to scare her. I think that's why.
oh, that's valid.
Because if they
but
keep
then
going,
why
Noah,
did he
Noah, Noah,
change-
she's going to be like, well, why do I know a Noah? You know? Why do I know a Noah, Noah?
How do I know a Noah? But why did he keep her name the same then? Because her name is Allie and the name is Allie in the book.
Yeah, that's a good
Like
point.
if he, you know what, I guess
I don't know.
But then he kind of, when they're sitting on the dock, and I think this is the last, like they don't flash back to their life before.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, they're sitting on the dock and he's almost done with the story. And she's like, I just don't remember, like, she says something like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've heard this before or something. And he's like, you have. And then he says a quote and she's like, did you write that? And he said, no, it's from Whitman. And then you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's Noah.
Yeah, that's when I figured out that
Yes.
was Noah.
Yes.
So then I was like, oh, I know she doesn't marry Lon. Which poor Lon, by the way.
Okay, but also, yes, poor Lon. But in the movie, like I was watching it when she was like walking down the stairs and gonna go talk to Lon when he was in, like, she's at Noah's house and she's gonna leave and go talk to Lon at the thing. And they look so similar. They look like brother and sister.
Allie and Noah?
No, Allie and Lon. And I was like, that's gross.
Two people look slightly similar and you think
No.
it's gross.
No, like they looked like brother and sister. And I was like, that's gross.
And they're going to get married and you
Yes,
think
like
that's weird?
I don't. It freaked me out.
I've had
Listen.
multiple people tell me Luke and I look like siblings.
What?
Strangers. Like at the grocery store, they're like, oh, are you here with your sister? And Luke goes, that's my wife. It's happened multiple
I literally
times.
would shave my head if I were you.
Okay. Let's do a little bit of a character breakdown here. So we have Noah and Allie, obviously.
Yeah.
We have what's the fiance's name?
Lon.
Lon. What a dumb name.
Lon Hammond.
We've got Lon.
Like comment gravel.
We have
No.
That's
no.
what he says.
Cotton.
Oh crap! Gravel? What?
I have a gravel empire.
Listen, this movie hit me a little hard.
We have Noah's dad.
Yeah.
We have Martha,
Who's Martha? Oh, the
the
war
side
veteran.
piece. Yep.
Okay.
The widow.
God. That's something I would say. Oh my
Allie's
gosh.
parents.
Yep.
Any other big character? Finn. I liked Finn.
Oh, Finn.
Yep.
I mean, Finn had a girlfriend. She wasn't like a huge part of them.
Yeah, she introduced Allie and Noah.
Mhm.
Edmund. I mean, we don't talk about Edmund. He has like
Son,
one
he
line.
says-
He
Does
goes,
he even speak?
he goes,
Edmund.
yeah, he like whispers it.
Yes, he doesn't even speak.
Yeah, so Noah and Allie's kids.
Yep.
The nursing home staff.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were so cute. They're like, come on, honey. They would always talk to her like that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go downstairs and get me a cup of coffee, and I
I
won't be
won't
able
be
to.
back for a while.
Oh,
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have characters that you liked, disliked?
I hated her. I initially hated her mother.
Yep.
Because she was such a rag.
Mhm.
Like, that's not your place. Just leave her alone.
Okay.
And then she's like, he is trash.
Yeah, that
And I
was
was like,
hard.
What? Like, don't. That's so harsh.
When they're sitting at the dinner party and they're like, so how much do you make per hour? It's like
34 cents.
40
Yeah.
cents an hour.
Did you notice in that scene he's the only one wearing black?
Sure did.
And everyone else is wearing white?
Yep.
Like, why didn't Allie prep him and be like, everyone's wearing white. Do you have white or something close to it?
Well, I
Because
think,
Finn and his girlfriend are both wearing white.
well, so she might have said something like dress up. And for like this farm kid, like redneck, dressing up is like, I will wear my single button up shirt, right?
yeah.
Like he doesn't get a suit until he goes to war.
But how come everyone's wearing white except him?
Because it was a
'Cause
garden
it's a
party
white
in South
party.
Dakota, or South Dakota, in South Carolina.
I don't know. I just felt like that was
I mean, they
mean.
did it for a reason to
Yeah.
show that he
Yeah.
was lower class than them, and
Right.
you know, but I also feel like, yes, because I thought that too. Like, why wouldn't Allie tell him like, hey, wear white, or like, I'll get you a white shirt? But I also
Or
feel,
Finn. Finn's like, hey, my
Mhm.
girlfriend and I are both wearing white. You have to.
right? But I also think that Allie was just so like relaxed and so much herself with him that
Mm.
she just didn't.
Yeah, didn't care.
Yes, and she
It
was
was her
like,
parents' rules. She didn't
yes,
care to
and she
follow
was just
them.
like, this is him and this is us, and
Mhm.
like we don't care. That's how I felt. Like she was just like, you know, and she
Mhm.
said that later to Lon. She's like, when I'm with him, I feel one way, and when I'm with you, I feel like a totally different person. Like, and I just
Mhm.
felt like with Noah, she was just like her true self and was just like, we don't care. This is us, you know?
Favorite characters and least favorite characters.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we were talking about.
I like Lon. Lon to me is a very consistent character.
Mm-hmm.
He never goes off the rails. He never lets his feelings control him. He is honest about
Yeah.
what he thinks, but pretty regularly he's like, I care more about you and what you want. And she's like, well, you know, I want to be with you. And he's like, well, I don't really want a fiance who is wondering if she wants to be with me.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a cool line to me. Not the actual, I've never been in this situation, right? But the idea that this guy's like, he knows what he's about and he's
Mhm.
not going to like change or like somehow alter what he wants just for her,
Mm-hmm.
He does say, like,
which is the direct opposite of Noah, who's like, whatever you want me to be, I will be.
Yeah, true.
Go ahead.
What does he say?
like he knows that he's not her number one.
Yeah, he says
I have
it's really
3
hard to forget
options.
your first love.
Yes, and I have 3 options. I can shoot him,
Yeah.
I can kick the crap out of him, or I can leave you. But regardless, I'm not going to get you. So
Right.
And he knows that, and he's not a jerk about it.
No.
Like he's
Yeah.
very like,
Never.
I get it, and it sucks. And
Yep.
I don't know, I
Lon-
think it
Lon's
made
a good character.
Yeah, and I feel like he made the decision easier for her, because if he was an ass about it, like,
Sure.
I don't know if that would make it easier or harder for her.
I think
Probably
it would have
easier.
made it. Oh, I was gonna say
I was
harder.
gonna say harder.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't want to hurt him. And what he's really telling her is like, I love you and I want you, but I know that you don't want me. At the end of the day, I'm not the one you want. So you should go be with the one you want.
Right. No, so I like Lon's character. The mom has kind of a redemption.
Mhm.
Like, this
Yeah.
is why I was doing what I was doing, because I have this huge regret in my life. And I
Mhm.
still drive to the rock quarry every time I'm in town to stare at this guy.
Sweaty fat man.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. So that was weird. I really like
him.
I really
What
like
are the
Allie's dad.
chances that she fell in love with somebody in the same town? Is that why they summered there? Tell
Potentially.
ya, the mom's a hoe.
All right. I like
Ooh.
I like Allie's dad.
The
He
Spanish Inquisition.
he is very much like, at the party, he realizes that Noah's in a weird spot, and he
Mhm.
says, "Hey, let's deflect from this. It doesn't need to be about you. Let me tell a joke."
Mhm.
I like people who try to deflect awkward situations with jokes.
Mhm.
I just really love those types. But he also, like, his daughter is missing. He has the police looking for her. He obviously cares. Noah comes in and he doesn't like immediately kill this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Hey, we got to have a conversation as a family. You're welcome to stay. You just got to wait in the other room."
Mhm.
Like, this very clear, like, there's a boundary here. You're not
Mhm.
in our family, but I'm not going to kick you out. Like, you're a stupid 17-year-old. You did something dumb, but I'm not going to have you arrested, you know?
Yeah,
So I like Allie's dad.
I do too.
I do too, but I don't like. He invites him over for supper, or
Mhm.
whatever. They have a meal. They have a meal.
So that's Noah's
She-
dad.
I
No,
love
but
Noah's dad. I
When
was
she
gonna
gets
say
home, I love Noah's dad too. But when she gets home, he's like, "You're a little friendly with that boy."
that.
And then
Invite him
he's like-
over. That was
and
like
that
the
was
party
the dinner, right?
where he's
Yeah, yeah,
wearing
yeah.
black and everyone
Okay.
else is wearing white.
So I did like him for that. I didn't like that he spilled the beans to Lon, but I also felt like
Why wouldn't he?
I just don't feel like it was his place.
Um,
But
he's about to pay for the wedding of the season.
valid, okay.
He doesn't want it to be a sham.
That the
Again,
mayor
culturally,
is going
this is
to.
1940. They're a very influential family in their
Yeah.
state. The governor of South
Oh,
Carolina
yeah.
was going to be there.
Mama, the governor's coming.
Yeah, like
She should. Let me see that.
if anything, he's like, I can't let this happen because if this is, I mean, he was probably protecting his family's reputation, but
Yeah.
also he didn't want his
Obviously.
daughter to make a terrible decision. Like, don't just marry this
I just
guy
think
when you're
he's-
obviously in love with somebody else.
And he's a good guy.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the mom.
Yep.
When she comes back.
Sure.
But she is
Gives her that stack of letters. Oh, that made me mad.
Okay, my question is, why were those even in the car?
She brought him to
She
her.
probably brought him.
I
Because
know,
she
but,
drove down and brought him to her. Because she knew.
but she almost didn't give them to her. It was like a second thought. Like before she drove away, she's like, "Oh wait, I have your letters." Like
I think she forgot.
I don't know. That part just seemed weird to me that she just happened to have all the letters
I
tied
think.
up in her car.
Did
I
she have a
think-
change of heart when she saw her
No.
former lover?
Nope.
Okay.
Because she took her there for a reason.
Yeah.
And because then she's like, why would I go with you? And she's like, because I might know something you don't know, or I might know you a little better than you know yourself.
Then you think I do.
Yes. And she drove her there and said, I love your dad. I do. But that man over the, like, and he saw her and looked right at her and was like
Yeah.
there was still something like there between them. And she, I think, like, as much as she wanted Allie to marry Lon, she was like, I did what you're about to do. And yes, I love your dad, but if I
Yeah.
could go back, I would have changed it
Mhm.
because he is the one I want. You know what I mean?
I think that's
And-
why she gave her the letters.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
I get why she gave. I just don't know why they were in her car.
Because she,
It's a
she
silly thing to
brought
argue
them
over,
down.
but-
No, it's not. You're not arguing about it. But I think she came down to tell Allie, like, Lon is on his way. Like, you better figure out what you're going to do. And brought
Yeah.
her the letter. And she brought the letters to give to her daughter because she brought her to the gravel pit or
Mhm.
whatever.
Okay, I get
So
what
she
you're
like
saying.
ties it all together. Like, and if you don't know what you're going to do, here's a letter that might change your mind.
365 letters.
Why
Yeah.
didn't you write me?
It reminded me of when you get the mail every day and you come back with like these stacks. I immediately saw that,
Stacks on
that bundle of letters and I was like, there might be 30. Like, that's not
Bills.
365
Those are
letters.
all phone bills.
Yeah.
Invitations to like local auctions for tractors and stuff that I just
Shred.
yeah.
I do that with bills. Like, I didn't get that. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I don't do that. I never saw that.
Did you guys have a favorite scene?
The whole thing.
The whole thing is my favorite scene.
I love it.
Scenes 1 through 30.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, the favorites.
I have to think.
I don't know. I love it. I love the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think I started crying. What point? When
During the movie, the first time you cried?
oh, well, there's a point when I start crying and I don't stop crying until
Yeah.
the end. I don't. Like, I can't. Oh, yeah.
The first time, okay, I can tell you when I started crying is when the kids come to visit and they're like, Dad, come home. You don't need to be here.
Yes.
Like, Mom doesn't recognize us. He goes, that's my sweetheart. And
Oh, my
And I was
God.
like-
yes.
here we go.
It is your sweetheart. You go get her.
Here we go. I need the
Mine
whole box of
Yes,
tissues
mine
right
starts
now.
before that. Mine starts when they're kids, when it's showing when they're. What is it? Like,
They introduce him.
no.
Okay.
It's a part before that. I can't think of it. What happens before that?
Before the kids show
I
up?
think when the mom shows, I don't know if that's is it the part? I don't know. There is a point where I start crying and I do not stop crying until the end. Like,
That's okay.
I don't know. But I think I like when they're on the boat.
Yeah, with the
'Cause you-
geese.
Yeah.
Yes, because you can see
good
her
scene.
just like be like, like she's so like upper class.
With
and
the
she's
rain?
like, I'm getting wet. And then she's just like, I'm with
She
somebody
literally
I
picked up her
love.
shawl and I go, girl, that's not going to do anything for you.
It's raining sideways and she's
Yes.
holding a tea towel above her head.
And you can just see it like melt off of her. And she's just like,
Mm-hmm.
this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
This is where I belong. And also when the side piece shows up and she's like, come in.
Martha, yeah.
Come on in. And he's like, what the hell? And she's like, come on, come in. Like,
And then she stayed all day.
yeah.
She left when it was dark and I was like, what did they do all day? The three of them.
Right.
So that was going to be my
They
favorite
made
scene.
pancakes and
Oh, yeah.
bacon.
There's this weird idea that Noah and Allie had both settled for somebody, right? Like, I picked this person who is near me, but they both know they love each other, right? And Martha had said earlier in the point, like, I can tell when you're thinking about somebody else.
Mhm.
Like this, I know I'm not the focus here. And Martha later says, what you and Allie have, I remember that's what I had with Richard, right?
Mhm.
Like, I'm looking forward to having that again with somebody. And this was a big closure moment for Martha.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that Allie would just be like, I've heard about you. Come in. Like,
Mhm.
we don't have to have animosity just because of this strange
Yeah.
relationship we're in.
I love how she looks at her, or how she looks at Noah when she lets her in the house, and
Oh.
she just looks at him like, okay, like,
Yeah.
here we go. Like,
Yeah. And Noah's just like, what is happening? Like,
Yeah.
this is my nightmare.
Mhm.
But it turns out okay.
Yeah.
Because of Allie's hospitality, right?
she's sensational.
Well, so Allie is brought up in a home that it's like, these people are trash. We're above this. And
Mhm.
Allie just has this, like, everybody's welcome, no matter how
Mhm.
weird it is. Like,
Mhm.
she just loves everybody around her all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a really good scene.
I do like Martha. I noticed I think she only cries.
Well, yeah.
You don't see her.
She's a widow who can't be loved by her current companion. What do you mean she only
I
cries?
don't think that's accurate.
What?
She only cries. I don't think she cried once. There was
What?
a little tear. There's a little tear. Hold on. I'm lying. She wasn't bawling, but there's like a tear when she
No.
was like, goodbye, Noah, and they had like their
But
final
then they're
thing.
laid in bed and she's crying.
She's like, do you want to go for a drive tomorrow? And he's like, I don't think so.
She cried in that scene?
Yes.
Oh.
She brings them a drink back to bed
Yeah.
and she lays on his chest, or she's crying.
Yeah.
Like she has tears and like there's one running down her face.
Oh. Didn't
But I
notice
loved
that. I
her.
was probably too busy crying.
I loved her.
Sobbing.
She wasn't crying. I couldn't see her tears through mine.
Sorry. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, our world premiere of Amber hosting the game for the podcast.
Okay.
Is this your first game? This is your first hosting job?
It's my first hosting job.
Are you ready?
You guys need the buzzers.
Yes. Throw me one. I'm the closest to both of them.
All right, break
It's
out
yours
the
first?
buzzers again. It
Hey,
sure does.
Dude, they're fun.
Okay.
Don't even tell me they're not fun, because they are.
Okay. This movie, when they're younger, right, is set in the 1940s.
Wait, what kind of game is
Yeah,
this?
what-
We're doing 1940s trivia.
Heck
Oh
yeah,
my
let's go.
Okay.
God.
What
I
we're
wasn't
gonna do?
around then.
There are 3 categories. We're going to talk about World War II.
Okay.
We're going to talk about pop culture and entertainment in the
Okay.
40s. And we're going to talk about science and inventions in the 40s.
I'm just gonna put my buzzers
Let's
down.
No, it's going to be okay.
do it.
No, you say that, but it's not.
I'm going to read you 2 statements. One of them is true, one of them is false. If you think you know the answer, you have to buzz in. Whoever buzzes in first can start. You have to say what's true, what's false, and explain how to make the false statement true.
Oh my!
I
no,
love
you're-
it.
No,
Multi-faceted trivia.
She is a
This
teacher.
is great.
I hate this.
I have to justify my reasoning on this one.
And it doesn't
show
have
your
to be.
work.
Show my
You have to show your work.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
I was a teacher, guys.
I
All
hate
right.
this for me.
Do
So,
it.
yeah. Okay,
Are
ready?
you going to tell us the category?
Yeah, we're going to start with World War II.
Great.
Okay. First, historians believe that if Japan had bombed the oil depots at Pearl Harbor as well as the U.S. Pacific Fleet, they would have won the war.
Okay.
Or, when Emperor Hirohito announced Japan's surrender on August 15, 1945, over the radio, it was the first time most Japanese citizens had heard his voice. Jocelyn.
B is true.
Okay, and why is number 1 false?
I don't remember what number 1 was.
Pearl
The-
Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. They should have bombed the oil depots as well as the ships. They would have won the war.
Probably because they tried to.
Okay.
And they did not succeed.
number 2
I
is
don't
true.
know.
That was the first time many Japanese citizens had heard his voice. Number 1 is false because historians believe it would have delayed our victory only like a couple of months, but it wouldn't have cost us the whole war. So
Okay.
like we still would have won. It just would have been a little bit later.
All right.
I'm really good at this.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about pop culture and entertainment. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Get hyped, Jocelyn. Statement 1. Released in 1942, Bill Crosby's White Christmas broke records and remains one of the best-selling singles ever. Statement 2. Elvis Presley rose to fame in the mid-1940s with his hit song That's All Right and became sort of a teen idol. Who buzzed? I wasn't looking. Was it Thad?
Thad buzzed.
Thad.
The second one's
buzzed.
false
Okay. Why?
because Elvis didn't get popular until later.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Elvis was
Good job.
mid to late 1950s.
Yeah.
Good
Bill
job,
Crosby's
Dad.
White Christmas was in 1942.
That's
I
a
thought
great
that'd
one.
get you guys. Okay.
I thought I'd get you there.
Thought
but
I'd
I
get
didn't.
Okay. Anyway, okay. Here are 2 more statements about pop culture and entertainment in the 1940s. First statement. The first televised Major League Baseball game aired in 1941 when NBC broadcasted a doubleheader between the Dodgers and the Reds. Or statement 2. In 1943, players in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League were allowed to wear pants during their games for the first time. Jocelyn,
False.
why?
Because they only had skirts.
Yeah, that's true.
Dirt and skirt.
Yep. They had to wear skirts
Is that
and
from a league you're on? Okay.
they had to wear
It's their
skirts and
own.
makeup to keep up their ladylike image until like the 1950s-ish, as those rules were like slowly loosened. Yeah.
Wow.
First baseball game on air in 1941. Now we're going to talk about science and inventions. This is the last category. I'm not keeping track of who's winning.
It's obviously me.
Science and inventions. Number 1. The slinky was invented by accident in 1943 after an engineer knocked some springs off a shelf and watched as they walked across the floor. Or statement 2. The microwave was purposefully invented in 1945 as a way to bring more convenience into households as the number of women in the labor force increased significantly. Thad.
I think the first one is false.
Nope.
Dang it.
Oh, I was going to say that too, but I don't know when women went to work, I guess.
So the slinky was invented by accident. The microwave was also invented by accident because an engineer noticed that his candy bar was melting while he worked on military radar equipment. And he's like, oh, this could be a thing. So it wasn't like for convenience or to help busy households.
I feel like that, yeah, like they didn't care about that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
how could we make life easier for the women? They
Yeah.
didn't care.
Okay.
What?
Not then. I don't feel
What are
like
you
that.
talking about?
I'm just saying.
I don't
yeah.
feel like then they would have cared. They would have been like, you go to work, and then when I come home, I want a
3
chicken
course
pot
meal.
pie. Chicken pot pie.
Cook me something for dinner, honey.
honey and some mashed
We
potatoes.
just
made
watched a
from
movie where a
scratch.
dude made an entire house for women and just gave her a room so she could paint.
Yeah,
That is a rare breed, even in this day and age.
that's beautiful.
All they wanted was their daughter to marry somebody rich so she didn't have to work.
Right. Did she work when she married Noah?
No.
Was he rich?
He turned down big offers for his house.
$50,000. That's over my asking price.
Yeah,
he wasn't
on
going
his
to have a
shotgun.
psychopath living in his house.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 2 more things. Last chance to score points. First UFO sighting was in 1947 when a pilot claimed he saw 9 shiny, unidentifiable flying objects flying past at speeds that he estimated to be 1,200 miles per hour. Or the first Bigfoot sighting in 1943 when loggers in Northern California discovered mysteriously large footprints while working.
Bigfoot.
Who went first?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
I didn't buzz.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't? Okay,
Bigfoot is fake.
is fake. Why?
Um,
You have to show your work.
Was it a different
Can I show
state?
my work on the calculator I used?
I bet it was in
No,
like
I don't
Idaho
feel
or
like
Montana
anybody
or
would have
something.
known what.
No, it's
What
just
state?
later. Bigfoot
Oh.
was in 1958.
Ah,
I was going to say,
But the first UFO sighting was in 47.
wow.
That's freakish.
9 shiny, unidentifiable flying objects.
No.
Speeds of 1,200 miles per hour. He was a pilot, too. So I'm guessing that estimation of how fast they were going wasn't like,
What a ridiculous
Super
estimation,
crazy.
though.
I don't know.
1,200 miles an hour?
Aliens were like, hey-o.
You wouldn't even
dropping
see
in.
that. That's like faster than sound.
I don't know.
Okay.
It sounds improbable. Sounds improbable.
Um,
Anyway, that was my game.
love
you
it.
for the
Thank
game.
you. I won.
Jocelyn.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jocelyn.
So
What?
the next part of our podcast is where we typically talk about the estate planning themes in
All
here,
right.
right? Does anybody want to just like take a crack at this one? Like, Amber, what did you notice as far as estate planning?
Okay.
I don't want to put
There
anybody on the
were
spot.
themes of legacy
Okay.
with Allie's family
Perfect.
and like who you marry and how the family line continues,
Okay.
right? There was Noah's dad died,
Mhm.
but he was living with Noah, so he didn't really like leave anything to Noah because they were both working on that house, right?
Well, he sold his
sold
house
everything.
so that Noah could fund the project.
Right. That's an estate planning.
Gave a
thing.
huge gift to his kid.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I guess they're both in the nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how they got there. But
One has dementia. The
one
other one
has
has
dementia.
heart issues.
He's fit as a fiddle, though.
Yep.
2
Takes his
strokes in
medication.
18 months. He did.
Uh-huh.
Heart attacks?
2 heart attacks.
Whatever.
I think that's all I got.
Yeah. All things we deal with on a pretty regular basis, right? So like the first and I think the most obvious one is Allie having dementia. In our practice, we see those types of clients all the time,
Mhm.
right? So it's incapacity. It's somebody who can't make decisions for themselves, especially with a disease like that. So we deal with that all the time. But we talk a lot about who makes decisions when you can't make the decisions for yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Allie has this horrible thing where she has no idea what's going on around her all the time. They have the scene where they're walking into her into like the Rose room, where it's just people
Yeah.
in wheelchairs
Yeah.
who really just aren't
which is
present. Yeah.
sad. Oh.
She meets her kids, and the kids are just like, I have to introduce you every time I get
Mhm.
here. So we have incapacity there.
Mm-hmm.
We have Noah's character who lives in this facility, right? The kids are like, hey, come home, live with us. Like, we'll take shifts with mom. And he goes, no, I live here with her.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not a nursing home patient, right? He takes a pill for his heart condition, right? But it's not like he is needing 24-hour care. We use this classic example in a lot of my meetings where we talk about these people who have these plans for, if one of us needs care, what's the other one going to do? And sometimes that involves, I'm going to sign up for independent living if you need a nursing home. And that's the situation Noah and Allie are in,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we have those things going on. Obviously, how are they paying for a nursing home? Like the facility is shown quite a bit throughout the movie,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
It looks like a pretty nice place. I mean, it's on a lake. They have like a private room where the staff helps them like set up a date. Like,
Oh, that was so cute.
I think a lot of people view nursing homes as like this horrible places that you don't want to end up in. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the movie
Like
does a good,
hospital-y.
the movie does a good job showing like, yes, it's a facility. There are people watching the hallways at night, but they do care about the people who live there, right? Like, this
Mhm.
isn't the worst thing that can happen to you.
Right.
So we got to deal with that. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
Are you fishing for something? Are you missing
Just-
something?
No. Is there something
us
I
what
could
you
be
want.
missing?
I don't think so.
Ethan likes to talk a lot about legacy, right? Like, there's this part in the binders that we give people that says, put in the important things in life, right? Talk about your family or your faith or just advice you have for people.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this scene where Noah is sitting in bed and he's reading through this like photo album and the
Ugh.
notebook that has like advice from Allie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you ever read me this, I'm going to come back to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the types of things that we want people to put in the book, the really important stuff, not just like, how can we give the house to the kids, right? Like, it's really, what's the legacy that you want to lead on? And that's
Mhm.
that's what you kind of talked about. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this movie
Yeah.
for estate planning.
Mm-hmm.
It's really one of the reasons we picked it, right? Like, it's just
Yeah.
the last one we did, Knives Out, that was very much so like reading
Yeah.
a will, right? And I think this movie does a good job kind of showing the other side of our job. Like, how do we interact with folks who aren't dead? They're still alive, but they need some estate planning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of
Okay.
I can't think of much else. I mean, there's legacy for Noah and Allie and like
Mhm.
the story that they wrote together, but then the focus on pushing for Allie to marry someone
Mhm.
southern and wealthy because that's her family's legacy too.
Sure.
Not necessarily.
And that would give her, the best life,
Mm-hmm.
the easiest life, I guess. Which that's what you want for your kids if you're a parent, you know.
I'm always looking for ways to connect these movies to like our part of the country.
Okay.
Like in Wizard of Oz, we talked about like she's from Omaha and things like that. One of the opening scenes of this movie, she's talking about colleges she's looking at,
Mm-hmm.
and she brings up two schools. Do you remember the schools?
Mm-mm.
Sarah Lawrence.
Sarah Lawrence and Briarcliff University, Sioux City's
really?
finest. Yeah.
Oh.
When she said it, I looked it up because I'm like, there's got to be another
No way.
Briarcliff.
Yeah.
Like they're in South Carolina in 1940. Like, this can't be it. Briarcliff is the only Briarcliff.
Really?
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. So Sarah Lawrence in New York and Briarcliff in Sioux City. So go Hawks. We once again make it into the movie.
Oh my gosh.
Every movie's an estate planning movie and related to
And
Northwest
related
Iowa.
to Iowa.
Honestly.
That's hilarious.
Sarah Lawrence, like Sarah Lawrence from 10 Things I Hate About You?
Yes. Same one.
Weird.
Well, it's a girls' college that is just kind of
That would be awful.
world renowned.
Right?
Just a girls' college.
What?
That would be horrible.
Can you imagine a worse situation?
I don't think so.
Working with you.
Oh,
A girls' college would suck.
Like
Like, it would
Jenny
be
and Forrest Gump goes to a girls'
I
college.
know. I was just thinking that too.
Yep.
That's
Okay.
good stuff.
I have a rating system that I force on those who do this podcast with me every time.
yeah, no, that's accurate.
The movie finished last night and the credits started rolling and my wife's makeup was smeared down her face.
Yep.
And I immediately was like, all right, laugh. And she just stared at me like, this is the wrong time
she
for
needs like
this.
30 minutes to process that
Oh,
movie
yeah.
before you
Like,
even speak to her.
I turned it off and went to bed crying.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, I was sobbing. Not just like, oh, it's like I was like, what? Like, okay, when they're in the room. When they're in the room and she's like, let's go for a drive, and then like instantly switches off.
Yeah.
And then they come in and give her the shot in the leg and he is crying like, oh my gosh. That just hurts my heart so much. And then when she's laying in bed and he goes in, like when he gets out of the hospital, you know?
And he sneaks over there.
Yes. And she knows who he is right away.
Yeah.
And she's just like, do you think our love can take us away together? And oh my gosh. It's sad. It is so sad.
Are you gonna cry now?
Maybe.
You're starting to like get misty.
It's sad because you like
Jocelyn, you gotta stop.
I'm sorry. Like that's the love you can only hope that you have in your lifetime. Like how many people actually have a love like that?
That's a good question.
Like I'm telling you, there's a point where I cry to the end, and it's like for like a half hour.
Yeah.
So cry's a 3.
Yeah.
All right. So laugh, cry, think. You give each category 0 to 3 points based on your experience and your interpretation of that category. Who wants to start? I'll leave it to either of you.
I can start.
Okay.
Cry's a 3.
Okay.
Watch again gets the extra point. I've
Great.
seen that movie 4 times now, I think. Think. I'm gonna give Think a 2. Just because I feel like the first time I was watching, I was like, who's Allie? Who's Noah? Who's this old guy reading to her? Like, you know, it keeps you on your toes until you've like rewatched it, obviously. But then, yeah, you like now we just have that whole discussion about like, it's so cute. And then you think about it, it's so cute. I didn't laugh a lot. And the things that I was laughing at weren't like supposed to be like comedically funny. Like when she runs up, to the door of her house and her dad's out on the porch and he's smoking and she like slams into the door.
Yes.
So like things like that. Things like that are funny. I didn't laugh like a whole lot. I cried more than I laughed. So I'm gonna give laugh a 1. Because I did laugh a little bit.
Sure.
So what was that?
7 for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That seems pretty accurate.
Okay. All right. Amber gives a 7. Jocelyn, go ahead.
I'm gonna give I'm gonna do it a little bit different, kind of how Jess did it.
Do it.
I'm gonna give it a 5 for cry because I sobbed, and I always have every time I watch it.
Okay.
I'll give it a 2 for laugh because it is like the part where she slams against the door is funny. A 1 for think, and I would watch it again.
So a 9 from Jocelyn.
I've seen this movie a lot.
Okay. And you still experience that gamut of emotions every
Yeah,
time.
I probably won't watch it for another 10 years because
You just
need a
know what's
break.
going to happen.
well, I literally like I need a break. The way I cried last night, I was like, I can't handle this. Like I'm tired. That just hurt me.
Sure. Okay, so Amber, I'm with you on laugh. This isn't a comedy by any means, but the director does a really good job of these are really intense emotional things. We need to break this up somehow. So slamming into the door, right? That's funny. When she is angry at Noah, when she comes to visit him at his house, she starts her car and immediately backs into a fence. Like I laughed at that.
I didn't because I was like, now he has to fix that dang fence.
Yep.
And he was like, want to come inside?
Yeah, that was
Sure.
funny.
When he's taking offers on his house and he loads his gun
Yeah.
because they offer him too much money. Like there are funny things in this movie, I think. So I'm going to give it a 2 for laugh, which is higher than I expected going into the movie. Because you always hear about this movie, but I hadn't seen it. So there were things that I thought were funny. So 2 for that. Cry. I mean, I didn't cry on this one. But I can recognize the sad things. I mean, the idea of like losing your loved one to a disease. I mean, that's sad. I'll give that a 2. Think there's a lot going on in this one. Not only related to our jobs, but like this idea of like what's the parents' perspective? What do they want for their kid? What is the kid's perspective on what she wants out of life? What is the fiance's perspective? What is the widow's perspective? What you know what I mean? So there's a lot of decisions that have to be made. And I felt myself really relating to Noah throughout this movie. Not that I've ever been in his situation. There's a couple of times where he's like, I will be what you want me to be. But if you don't choose me, what are we doing? Like, how do we reconcile this? So give me a 2 on think. Would I watch it again? I'm sure I'll find myself watching this one.
Like on purpose.
But I don't know if I'm ever going to be in a situation where like Trista's gone for the weekend and I'm like, well, it's just me and the boy. Like, let's have a beer and watch a movie. Like, let's watch The Notebook.
Boys' night.
Yeah.
The Notebook.
I don't see that happening. So I'm going to give this one a 5.
Okay.
So any final thoughts, Amber, Jocelyn?
I just love this movie.
I think it's cruel to make a movie that's so sad that you cry so often.
Every time you watch it. Yes. You can't not cry every time you watch it.
And the first time I watched it, I was like not dating anyone. I was like in high school, like blah blah blah. I was like, like that's sad, but whatever. And now that I'm married, I'm like, like
yeah.
It's just so different. They're like different stages in your life. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm glad we watched it.
Isn't that funny? Because they're like 17 when they meet, right?
Yeah. And they fight all the time. And I was like, bro.
That's what they do.
My favorite line is when Noah's like, "You are a pain," and we fight all the time.
But that's what we do.
But then you come back to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, you're back to being a pain.
He says you have a 2-second rebound and you're back to doing the next thing.
Yes. Like, that was so funny to me. There's this point where he just kind of stares at her and he's like, "Tell me what you want." And she doesn't talk.
What do you
and he's
want?
Like, "What do you want?" And she's like,
Yeah.
it's not that simple.
It's
and I'm
not
like,
that
just
simple.
tell me what you... I feel like I have that conversation with my wife every day.
It's all over TikTok, like
Really?
deciding where to go out for dinner. It's like, what do you want? And she goes, it's not that simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. So, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time, I don't think we've decided our movie for next week yet, but Ethan should be joining us again. So,
Yeah.
just remember, every movie's an estate planning movie.
And related to Iowa.
And somehow
some
related to
way.
Iowa.
Weird. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to 82 Toothpicks. This episode featured your hosts, Ethan, Jocelyn, and Thad breaking down the movie. Want more? Check out Ethan's book, It's Not Too Late, for insights on securing your own legacy. Visit us at heisingalaw.com for all things 82 Toothpicks, including past episodes and more. If you enjoyed the show, follow us wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. You know the drill. And remember, every movie is an estate planning movie.